Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Vaughn with Singing News, and we are joined today with two legends themselves, Ben Isaacs and Jimmy Fortune. How are you guys?
Doing fine, Jamie. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. We are so excited to talk to you today about a new CD and DVD project that's currently out called Brotherly Love. And you guys are on it, and you're also on it with Bradley Walker and Mike Rogers. How did the four of you get together and do this project? It seems, I've listened to the project. I love it. It feels like a wonderful warm blanket wrapped around you. It's one of those comfort albums that I think I'll go back to for years and years. I would love to hear the story about how it all came together.
Well,
Okay.
go ahead.
Well,
It was a God thing, but I'm gonna let Ben tell you how it started because he's.
Okay.
I was going to let the legend speak right there. That is Jimmy Fortune, the man, the myth, the legend. It's one of those things that it came about. I have a group of guys that I'm blessed that we love to just get around and jam, and we play a lot of different places around town. And the label came and watched us play and said, "Hey, we would love to include something like this." And so it was, we added Jimmy and Bradley to the mix. And just from day one, the vocal blend was so special. The brother chemistry was so amazing. And it was just something that I could not wait to share with the world. And we were so blessed to be able to do a video on it and let people see the heart and the love that we have for each other. It's, for me, I love these guys so much that it's not about the music. It's about the relationship, and we get to make music together.
I have to ditto that. Not only just like he said, the music, but the fact that we love each other and we know each other's heart, and we all are on the same page. It's a God thing that put us all together. And we strive as musicians and as entertainers, as songwriters, as singers. We always strive to want to be the best that we can be. And sometimes it's about the entertainment part of it. Sometimes it's about the music. But this kind of encapsulates all of it. And for you come to those certain places in your life where you say you reach this pinnacle of this mountaintop of how did I get here? All of a sudden, I'm on stage with Ben Isaacs, Bradley Walker, Rogers, and I'm saying, how did I even get here? Because to me, these are the best of the best. And for me to be a part of something like that, I just had to pinch myself and say, this is one of the biggest God things in my life, to be sharing the stage with talent like these guys have. But the thing of it is that we all look at each other and go, man, we're here together. This is what it's all about. It's brotherly love. And if ever we needed brotherly love in this world, it's now.
That's the truth.
That's
exactly what the project is.
So this project is a CD and a DVD. It was recorded out at Roy Feek's barn, and then it's also available at Cracker Barrel. So that's a great place. Go get dinner and pick up some music to go home. How in the world did you pick these songs? Because they are amazing. These are great classics, and you've got Christian and bluegrass and country all kind of mixed in there together.
Well, I will say that we all brought songs to the table. And I was looking, as producer, I was looking for songs that not only I thought people would want to hear, but songs that I was raised on and that I love. And I just, that's the key to music is, you hear so many records that you just find your favorite songs and you skip through the other ones. And my biggest compliment that I think that we've had, and Jimmy can probably attest to this, is they're all great songs on this record. And people's like, I don't skip over anything. It's just every song has different heart. Every song has a different message, whether it be, we pick good songs, good family type songs, not necessarily gospel songs, but just songs with good heart, good message, good love, good feeling. And I just, it's something that I feel comfortable and I love, and I know, and as far as performance wise, I mean, probably I have a couple favorites on it, but Jimmy Fortune is the biggest heart of anybody that I have ever recorded in my life. He has the biggest, and I mean, it's like him singing "Go Rest High on That Mountain" is got to be one of the most earth-shattering, emotional things that you'll ever hear. So I mean, it's just songs like that, and to hear people like Bradley Walker and Mike Rogers and Jimmy Fortune sing these songs.
And don't leave out
songs. I'm just the support. I'm just the base holder. No. But it's fun. We've had a great time. I mean, we've got to play out a few times, and it's just the chemistry between it makes anything that we would sing be fun.
Yeah. Well, when you watch that footage of the four of you playing, you can feel that not only are you all amazingly talented musicians and singers, the love that you have for one another feels very present there. So it feels real and very authentic. And I mean, the audience is a who's who as well, too. I mean, that is a testament of itself if he wants to come and see you.
We owe a lot to Bill Gaither. Bill Gaither and the organization. Bill has a way of letting God lead. Mm-hmm. And I think he sees things in all of us that we don't even see in ourselves sometimes. And he allowed this to come together. And Ben Isaacs is our fearless leader, what I call him. He's a producer, he's a singer, he's a writer, he's a musician, and has some of the best instincts of anybody I've ever seen. I trust him over anybody. I mean, whenever I go in, he's pulled things out of me that I didn't even know I had in me.
Oh.
And sometimes you need someone to believe in you, and someone that is legitimate stature, and boy, not only in physical, but but he is.
Wait a minute, that was a fat joke. I know.
No, it's a height joke.
That was a tall joke.
I'm just kidding.
You see, I just, I love tall people because I'm not one. And but no, we trust his instincts, and we all follow. In every group, you have to have a leader. And I tell you what, we're glad we got Ben Isaacs, because he has taken us to places we didn't even know we could go.
And Ben,
yes,
Fortune just said all these amazing things about you. I'm sure you're freaking out right now.
Jimmy Fortune.
Yeah.
Like, he's like Mr. Statler Brothers.
I know.
Oh, man. I told Jimmy, our relationship is way, I've gotten to do a couple of solo projects for Jimmy. And I love his music. I love his heart. You will not find a better singer. You will not find a better man than Jimmy Fortune. I mean, he's not very tall. He's as good as honestly, I love him to death. And, I told Jimmy 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I ran into him. He was coming out of a Red Robin's in Hendersonville, and I was going in. He got out of early church. He went to early church. I went to late church. And, he was coming out, and I said, Jimmy, I love you so much, and I love your music, and one of these days, I'm going to get to produce a record on you. I'm going to get to work with you. And he just rolled his eyes, just like most.
I thought you were kidding. I thought, no way, Ben Isaacs wants to produce a record on me.
But it's happened, I believe in him, and I love him. And the same with Bradley Walker. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Bradley is the most, he's got the deepest, richest tone of anybody I have. It's so fun. And then I knew Bradley could sing bass, but I love saying, you can hear Bradley's bass tone through a tweeter. It is that poignant and just so precise. And his tone, the thing about the four of us that people don't realize, and the blend that we make, and Mike, I don't want to discredit Mike. Mike's incredible. Mike's like I am. We're great blenders, and whoever we sing with, it's hard to tell who's singing what part. Mike also has his incredible side of, he's just great. He can say he's singing some parts above Jimmy.
Wow.
And just great. But the cool thing about, this whole project with Bradley and Jimmy and Bradley, and we all sing straight tone. A lot of people don't know what that means. We don't have vibrato. So when we land on a note, it's straight. So it's, that's one thing I think that makes it maybe a little more country than Southern gospel. But it's also.
What are we talking?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shoot.
But I mean, for us, it's the blend. I still have the recordings on my cell phone of the very first time we got together and sang at my house, and I literally sat there with my mouth. I was blown away by how much we sound like brothers.
Sometimes, what I like about music is, of course, this encompasses a lot of different genres, but the rough edges sometimes, and music, sometimes what I love about Ben's producing is sometimes he lets us have those rough edges that might be something that some producer might go, oh, let's smooth that out, let's get rid of that. There's some magical tones that are going on that Ben allows to stay in there and keep them. And I love that about what he does. And it's not always about being the perfect of everything, but it's letting those humanisms come into the music. And Ben allows that to happen. And I love that. And back to Mike. Mike, as a musician, Mike is one of the best musicians I've ever played with. He can play any instrument. He can sing anything. He can blend. He can also sing lead. Yeah. Mike Rogers is probably one of the most, although he's being discovered now in Nashville, but he's one of the most undiscovered talents in this business. But once people get a taste of Mr. Mike Rogers, they're going to want to see more.
Yeah.
And going back to Bradley Walker, he doesn't play an instrument, but he sings.
Yeah.
His instrument comes out. His voice is his instrument, but he's playing his heart.
Yeah.
When it comes out of his mouth, his heart is his instrument. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it comes through so much. I just get enthralled when I hear him sing. I'm sitting there listening to that tone come out of him. And he's sitting in a chair, for crying out loud. I mean, most times you got to stand up to try to get some kind of tone, to get air, and he's got that. And that's things that God has given us that hopefully we are using every little thing that we have to help people to realize that there's positiveness, there's a God in heaven, and that He's real, and that He can help us through things. And music is that vehicle that we are using to try to get to people, to lift people up. Yeah. And that's exactly what we tried to do with this.
That's right.
What do you want the audience to take away from this school project?
Oh, man.
There's one theme that you want them to take away, one feeling that you want them to have when they're finished, listening from start to end.
I'll answer and say that I want people to feel our love for each other, the bond that we as brothers have. I want it to come through musically and visually, because I mean that's really what it's about. I think the thing that we're all going through right now, and I feel like that the devil in this world is trying to do to us, is take relationship out of everything. And I think the thing that we all, the four of us especially, have is that brotherhood, and that, and hopefully they like the music too, So I mean, that's what I would say. Now, Jimmy.
Well, I hope they see the hard work and the heart and the love that went into this whole thing from the start. And like Ben says, with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I think the old devil's out there trying to take away this. This is totally of him. He's trying to take away people being together and loving on each other. And that's what I miss the most. I miss going out there and doing my shows. And I go out after every concert and I hug people's necks.
He sure
I
does.
tell them I love them, and we share stories and things. And I tell you what, man, that's a big part of my heart that's missing because I don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And I go there and I'll do some shows now. And I love doing it and I love standing on stage. But the thing of it is after I, honest to God, feel that when I can shake somebody's hand and hug somebody, I feel that plug into my heart. And it's like charges me with love for one another. And I never wanted to be a prisoner to anything in my life. And I found that this thing is trying to make us a prisoner. And I want people to know, maybe that's why God let us do this project, because he wanted people to feel what we feel.
Yeah.
And I hope that they get to feel love, hope, happiness, and all the things that come with everything that music can provide. And God has provided so much for us, and we're thankful for it. And this is kind of our maybe giving back to them, and because they sure have given back to us. So that's what I hope people get out of it, that they feel love and hope that we'll get through this and be able to hug and love on each other one of these days.
That's right.
So please tell me the four of you are going to get together and do more music that we all get to hear.
We could have had more. We could have done another album like right now. I mean, literally with all the songs that we could have had, and we've talked about it, and we definitely want to do some more. I'd like to even maybe throw in a couple of original songs, see if we can come up with our own sound maybe at some point.
Yeah.
But man, it's wide open, and we're letting God lead us, because all of us have our own careers too going. You know, Ben's got the Isaacs, his beautiful sisters, and his wonderful, beautiful mom, and they've allowed him to come out and do this, and just supported us, which I love them. I mean, even more for, because they're just wonderful people. And then Mike has he's on the road with Craig Morgan and some other artists, and then of course Bradley has his thing. And but we're letting God lead us, and whatever God allows to happen, we're going to follow Him, and He will open those doors.
Right.
We'll know when the right time is to get to go out and perform, and I hope we do, because we sure have fun together.
We sure
Man, we
do.
have a ball.
What you need to do is sit around a dinner table with us.
Okay. All right.
And that's when the truth comes out. You hear all of Jimmy Fortune's fortune jokes.
Woo!
My favorite thing that Jimmy thinks.
Chicken leg, I can tell you that right now.
That's right. My favorite thing that I've ever heard Jimmy says, he said, he has 27,000 kids, or just 7. He says he went broke making fortunes. I love that.
In today's world, we try to raise 7 kids in today's world. Of course, all of mine are grown now. My oldest one's 48. My youngest one's 32. So,
yeah, he went broke making fortunes.
They can support me now.
That's right.
Well, gentlemen, as we wrap up this interview, is there a message of hope that you would like to leave for our viewers?
Well, I'd like to say, in all the things that are going on, us as Christians, we need to not let all this pull us down. Mm-hmm. We need to find hope, and we need to hit our knees and pray. We need to get closer to God, because He is, I guess, allowing all this to happen, because it's happening because of us, I think, because of mankind. I feel like all this is happening because we need to come back to God, and we need to get on our knees. We need to pray. We need to read our Bible. We need to find love for one another, some kind of way to meet and stop having this wedge of hatred driven between people. And I just hope that we get that message from God, and I sure am getting it. I mean, I know I wake up every morning and I think, I'm so thankful. But we had it so good for so long. We've had so many good things happening, and we tend to forget when we're on those mountaintops to hit our knees and pray to God and thank Him for it.
Yeah.
But now we're in those valleys, and sometimes we got to get in those valleys to where we get down there and say, hey, I need you, God. I need you to help me. And that's what we need. And we do that, I think He'll bless us again. And because He's blessed America over and over and over again. I know He'll do it again.
Yeah. I agree with everything that Jimmy said. You know, I think that we've all had to learn to pray a little bit differently. Pray for guidance. You know, my message of hope would be, don't give up. You know, this isn't anything that surprised God. You know, it's been the weirdest time in my life. It's been a blessing because in my entire life, I have never spent more than 10 days in my own bed at a time.
Wow.
So I think I'm realizing, I think my wife might like me. I'm not sure. But no, I know she does. But it's been an incredible time of resetting and reprioritizing, and also finding out, you know what, doggone it, I don't have to live the way I was. I'm learning to Jimmy can tell you the same thing. The Isaacs have done, I think, maybe 5 concerts since March 15th. And I'm learning that, okay, what's right for Ben? You know, Ben spent so much time as a producer and as a brother, as a musician, working with so many other artists, that Ben don't take a lot of Ben time. But this has forced Ben to make Ben decisions. And I'm thankful for that, because I don't want to give up. You know, I'm tired of living, like Jimmy said, I'm tired of living life afraid.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just God's got this, you know. I mean, I would not be ashamed to tell you that I got the COVID about 2 months ago, and I lived through it. So, you know, I mean, there is hope on the other side. Thank God that, you know, it didn't affect me like it did a lot of people. I was down for 16 days, but still yet I made it through. And, you know, it's a little bit different now.
Well, we're going to have to be strong for our children, our grandchildren, our friends. And if I've thought about it, I said, what if, you know, someone that looks up to me, and even, you know, your wife or your husband that looks up to you and says, you know, they draw strength for not only from God through you. If we let down, then that strength is weakened.
Yeah.
And so we have to be strong in our faith. This is where faith, where the rubber meets the road.
Yeah.
What we're going through right now.
That's right.
And I'm holding on to that faith. I don't know what God's got in store. I just know that I'm going to let Him have my life, and whatever road He wants to take me down, that's where I'm going. And He's not going to take me down a road that He doesn't want me to go down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I will go down roads He don't want me to go down.
Yeah.
But He will not take me down a road that He doesn't want me to go down.
Right.
And so we're going to have to take this time to listen, really listen to God, what He has to say, because He's talking really loud, and I can see it. But be open to the paths that He might take us down. And I don't know what that's going to be, but I know that He's going to take care of people. I do know that.
Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us at Singing News. I know the fans will be so excited about this project. Remember, everyone, it's a CD and a DVD. You can pick it up at Cracker Barrel, or you can stream it on any app that you have. And guys, I can't wait to see what's next, and I'm waiting for that dinner invitation.
You got it.
All right.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're awesome.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.